Have you ever wondered why frogs croaked? Let's find out in this amazing story. Make sure to subscribe and on the notification bell for more stories like this.
Long, long ago, before the rivers bent into the shapes we know today, before the tall baobab trees grew their mighty arms, the animals of Africa lived in harmony under the great sky. The nights were quiet, filled only with the rustle of leaves and the hum of crickets. Back then, the frogs had no voice. Their throats were smooth, their mouths silent. They were proud of this. "We are the keepers of silence," they told one another. "While the parrot squawks and the hyena laughs, we remain wise and mysterious." And so they hopped about in silence, believing the forest respected them more than any other creature. One year, the rains failed. The earth cracked, the rivers thinned to muddy streams, and the once green grass turned yellow and brittle. The animals grew restless. The elephants, thirsty and weary, trumpeted their frustration. The birds flew far in search of water, but returned with empty beaks. Even the crocodiles lay on the dry mudbanks with open mouths, too tired to snap. But the frogs did not complain. They only sat quietly, swelling with pride at their silence. "See," they whispered among themselves, "we are stronger than the others. We do not waste our energy on noise." When the full moon rose, the lion, king of the forest, called for a great meeting. His roar echoed through the plains, summoning every creature to the clearing beneath the iroko tree. The animals gathered: elephants, monkeys, tortoises, birds, antelopes, and of course, the frogs, who hopped quietly to the edge of the circle. "My people," the lion said, his golden mane glowing in the moonlight. "The forest suffers. The rivers dry, the trees wither, and the clouds do not come. We must find a way to call back the rain." The animals murmured among themselves. Each believed they had an answer. The eagle spoke first. "I will fly to the heavens and plead with the clouds." The tortoise shook his head slowly. "No, we must wait with patience. The rain always returns in its own time." The monkey leapt onto a branch. "Ha! The spirits love joy. Let us dance, let us laugh, and surely they will bless us with rain." The animals nodded, considering each suggestion. Then all eyes turned to the frogs. The lion's voice boomed. "Frogs, you live closest to the water. Surely you have wisdom to share." But the frogs only bowed their heads. Their lips remained sealed. "We keep the secrets of the forest," one finally muttered, "and secrets are not to be spoken." High above, hidden in the rolling clouds, the rain spirit listened. She had been waiting, hoping someone would call her name. Someone would plead for the life of the forest. But when the frogs refused to speak, her anger grew. "The frogs are closest to the rivers, yet they choose silence. Arrogant creatures. They shall learn that a silent mouth can also be a cursed one." When the storm calmed, the animals emerged from hiding. The frogs crawled out of the water, their bodies trembling. Something was wrong, terribly wrong. Their throats were swollen and rough. Their mouths opened, and instead of words, a deep, ugly sound burst out. "Croak! Croak!" They tried again. "Croak!" No wisdom, no gentle words, only the harsh sound of regret. The rain spirit's voice echoed from the sky. "From this night onward, you shall never know silence again. You will croak at night, every night, so the world remembers your pride and your failure to speak when it mattered. The frogs wept, but even their tears came out as croaks. Croak! At first, the animals laughed. The monkeys rolled on the ground. The hyenas cackled. Listen to the frogs, they jeered. Once so proud, now cursed with the ugliest voice. But as the nights passed, the laughter faded. The croaking never stopped. It echoed across the rivers, through the forests, and into every village. The sound carried a weight, a reminder that silence in the face of responsibility is no virtue at all. And so, children, when you hear frogs croaking at night, remember this story. Their voices are not songs of joy, but the cry of regret. They croak because they failed the forest, because they stayed silent when their wisdom was needed most. Never keep quiet when your voice can make a difference. Speak with courage, speak with honesty, for silence, like the frogs, can become a curse.
Don't miss out on more amazing African folktales and powerful stories. Hit the subscribe button, bell, and join our storytelling family, and be the first to enjoy new episodes every week. Your support helps us keep the stories alive.